It seems there has been a lot of controversy surrounding the gaming industry ever since its inception, but even to this day, there are video games that continue to push the boundaries and cross the line. Welcome everybody to It's All Viral. Nemo here, and today we're going to be counting down the top 10 video games that pissed off the world. We're running a $200 Amazon gift card giveaway for the entire month of August. All you have to do to enter is like this video, be subscribed, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment on why you want to win it with your Twitter handle attached. I will announce the winner at the end of the month on Twitter. Good luck to everybody that enters our August giveaway, and if you guys could do us a favor and turn on your post notifications, all you gotta do is click that bell, check that box, and you'll have every single It's All Viral upload at your fingertips as soon as they go live. So without any further delay, guys, let's get into the top 10 games that pissed off the world. Now, starting this list off at the number 10 spot, we have Grand Theft Auto 3. Now, the Grand Theft Auto series has been pissing people off since its inception, but things really got heated after the release of GTA 3 in 2001. Now, this entry shifted the series from a somewhat cheesy top-down game to a realistic third-person open-world adventure. This game contained graphic violence, crime glorification, and the ability to pick up and kill prostitutes, all of which had never been seen before in gaming. In 2003, the family of two shooting victims sued Rockstar Studios, claiming that the killer had been influenced by GTA 3. This was the first of many lawsuits targeting the GTA series, as it seems every new installment has lawsuits coming along with it. So why did we choose GTA 3? Well, GTA 3 was the first game to really piss off the world and paved the way for San Andreas and the hot copy controversy just a few years later. Now at the number 9 spot, we have Duke Nukem Forever. For a game that was in development for over 15 years, the release of Duke Nukem Forever really pissed off the gaming world. I mean, sure, no one really expected it to be that good, but no one expected it to be as bad as it was either. Aside from being one of the worst games ever made, Duke Nukem Forever really pissed off gamers. What were the developers doing with all that time and money? How do you spend 15 years on a game this bad? Needless to say, Duke Nukem Forever really put a dent in the reputation of the developers involved and is likely the reason we haven't gotten a Duke Nukem game since 2011. So at the number 8 spot is BIOSHOck. If you've ever played the original BIOSHOck, you know just how good it is, but also how creepy the Little Sisters are. Well, upon release, the Little Sisters got quite a bit of negative attention from the media, as many people weren't a fan of you killing children for rewards. The developers came out in multiple interviews stating that the whole purpose of the Little Sisters was to shock the player, but also test their moral judgment, and they felt all the negative attention was oversimplifying what they had set out to do with them. I mean, yes, the goal was to shock you, which they obviously succeeded in doing, but they also wanted a test to see how far you would go when the morally good answer isn't clear. They felt that the media was being too black and white with the Little Sisters and weren't taking a look at actually what they represented. Regardless of how you look at them, they're creepy as hell. And that's why we had to put BIOSHOck at the number 8 spot. Moving right along at the number 7 spot is BULLETSTORM. Released in 2011, this game was supposed to be an over-the-top, gory, profane-ridden thrill ride of a game, but ended up not being that good. In fact, some consider it one of the worst games of the 21st century, but that's not what we are going to focus on for this list. We're going to focus on the massive backlash from the media and parents upon its release. Fox News released an article called "Is BULLETSTORM the worst video game in the world?" and went over the top with the possibilities of what could happen to people who played this insanely graphic game. A psychiatrist in the article stated that the damage would be significant if any child played it, and it even said that there would be an increase in rapes in the world after the game's release, even though there's not actually any sex in the game. Now, it's pretty clear that this article was obviously just fear-mongering, but it definitely succeeded in doing so, as many parents were outraged that such a violent game existed and were scared of the significant damage it could do to their children. Now at the number 6 spot is none other than No Man's Sky. You all knew this was going to be on this list, and it's hard to talk about games that pissed off the world without mentioning No Man's Sky. The game that was supposed to completely revolutionize the world of gaming, but in the end it was just a heap of broken promises and lies from the developers. Aside from not living up to the massive expectations that the developers set, the game just wasn't that good. period. And this really pissed off the gaming world, as the developers had gone on tons of talk shows and interviews to show off their insane, revolutionary product that didn't actually exist. No Man's Sky definitely pissed off the world and definitely sets the record for one of the most overhyped games ever made. Needless to say, I'm glad that Steam has refunds, because I would never want to spend $60 on a game like that. Now we're cracking into the top 5 games that pissed off the world, and at the number 5 spot is Death Race. This is perhaps the very first game to ever spark controversy because of its violence. This arcade game was released all the way back in 1976 and was based on the movie Death Race 2000, which had been released a year earlier. Now, the game had you driving a car around a black and white pixelated world and running over random people who would scream and turn into tombstones. This was enough to get the National Safety Council to issue a statement calling the game morbid, and things only get worse when it came out that the original title for the game was called Pedestrian. Keep in mind, this was all the way back in the 70s. Now at the number 4 spot is a game that everybody knows, Silent Hill. Way back in 1999, Konami released a game that would transform the survival horror genre and launch one of the biggest franchises in gaming history. But take a look at the original game and keep in mind that before it, there hadn't been anything like it. The Silent Hill game featured dismembered, crucified bodies and deformed monsters, some being made from human parts or even children. Silent Hill definitely pissed off a lot of people when it was released, as it truly was disturbing. Sure, we look back at it today as the game changed the industry, but at that time, this game was a huge deal, and not for the reasons we remember it for today. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really hope Konami gets their stuff straightened out, because I would really like to see another Silent Hill game released in the near future. They either need to fix their stuff or get some other company to buy them out, because we need more Silent Hill in the world. Now at the number 3 spot is a game called MADWORLD. Plenty of you probably don't remember this game. Well, it was a 2009 hack and slash for the Wii and is one of the goriest games ever released. That's right, one of the goriest games ever released. And it was released on the Nintendo Wii. Now before we actually talk about the game, let's take a look at the Wii. The Nintendo Wii became one of the best-selling consoles of all time because it was marketed as a family-friendly console that anyone could pick up and have fun with. Well, when MADWORLD was released for the family-friendly console, it pissed off a lot of parents, as many of them felt that Nintendo had soiled their family-friendly reputation, and even got a public statement of disapproval from Dr. David Walsh, aka the president of the National Institute on Media and the Family. Many gamers dismissed these complaints as the game was stamped with an M for mature rating, making it easily avoidable for parents, but the game definitely got quite a bit of backlash upon release, and that's what this list is all about. So getting down to the top 2 games that pissed off the world, and at our number 2 spot is none other than Doom. Just the concept alone of the classic Doom games pissed people off. From the excessive gore to the satanic imagery, this game was definitely stirring the controversy pot. But things got even worse after the Columbine High School shooting in 1999, in which the 2 killers were avid Doom players and even supposedly made custom Doom levels based on the layout of their school. Naturally, this led to hundreds of parents to say the killers' actions were inspired by the game, creating tons of controversy around the Doom franchise. And I would say that this game and this tragic event at Columbine High School was really what sparked the debate on whether or not video games cause violence. And this caused the media to vilify the gaming industry for supposedly being the cause for all of these school shootings that have happened in recent years. Now, if you're a gamer, you obviously know that this is a fallacy. It's been proven by multiple psychologists that video games don't cause violence. It actually helps with managing stress, and is used by many doctors to treat for PTSD, especially for people that have served in the military. But that still won't stop the media and other politicians from vilifying the gaming industry. And that's why we had to put Doom at our number 2 spot on this list. Now last but very not least is a game called Bully. Many consider this game to be the junior version of GTA, while others consider it to be Rockstar's finest creation. Side note for Rockstar, give us Bully 2. But naturally, as many Rockstar games do, Bully got quite a bit of backlash upon release. Many news outlets called it a glorification of bullying, even though the game's protagonist is fighting against the bullies, and Brazil banned it from the country and put out a fine of 1 million Brazilian real to anyone everyone trying to sell it. Even though Rockstar doesn't need your money, Brazil. Bully's controversy hit a high point when US Senator Jack Thompson issued a statement that the game simulates school genocide, an argument that he even took to court. It was quickly shot down, as most hilariously uninformed arguments are, but he remained unmoved and continued to campaign that the game would cause an increase in bullying and violence in schools. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Bully takes this #1 spot on our list of the top 10 games that pissed off the world. But guess what, Senator Thompson? It didn't increase bullying at all. Social media was able to do that by itself. Thanks again for watching this video, guys. Let us know what you thought of it in the comment section below. Did we miss any games that pissed off the world? Sound off in the comments below. Guys, do us a favor and turn on your post notifications. All you gotta do is click that bell, check that box. If you guys want more videos like this or want to suggest your idea for a top 10, check the description. As always, guys, do us a favor, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. This has been Nemo from It's All Viral, and I will talk to you guys on the next top 10.